Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Sunday to you. I have really enjoyed seeing some of your pictures from Bible school this week. We have one more week to take pictures and get them posted on Facebook or social media. So if you have not already done your lessons and you haven't gotten a chance to put pictures up or had your parents put pictures up, get them to help you with that, okay? Remember to put hashtag Waldrop VBS 2020 so that I can find the pictures, because the winner of the photo contest will get some sort of prize. And so far, I have so many people that are participating, I'm a little bit worried about what I'm going to do for a prize. But I'm excited to see so many pictures, and I can't wait to see some of you post some this week too. We have been talking this whole month about Daniel and some friends. Now, Daniel's not in the story that we're talking about this week, but our picture still has Daniel. This is in the book of Daniel in the Bible. That means that he wrote it. And these are his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, say those with me. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You're getting very good at that. Good job. So last week we learned that the king had a golden statue made, and then he wanted people to bow down and worship the statue. Now Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew that God did not want them to do that. So did they bow down? Do you remember? No, they did not bow down. See them over here? All the other people are bowing down to the king's statue. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew that that is not what God wanted them to do. So when the king found out about it, do you think the king was happy? Give me a thumbs up if you think he was happy, or if you think he was angry. He was angry because the king wanted them to do something and they didn't do it, right? Ooh, look at this angry face. Do you remember what the punishment was for people who did not bow down to the statue? You see it up here? The people that did not bow down to the king's golden statue were supposed to be thrown into the fiery furnace. Now, what do we know about fire? Fire is hot, right? Fire will hurt you. And we're told when we're little bitty, don't touch that. If you see a candle or maybe a fire burning in a fireplace or outside at a maybe a burn pile or something like that, a brush pile, and we're told don't touch it because it's very hot. So do you think this fire in the fiery furnace was hot? It was hot, like a big oven, okay, full of fire. Now the king asked, who do you think's going to save you from the fiery furnace? Now what do you think these men said to the king? That's right. They told the king that the powerful God that they loved and served would save them. So the king was so angry, he ordered the furnace to be made 7 times hotter than usual. The Bible tells us that the men who tied the young men and threw them into the furnace, they died because it was so hot. They didn't even go into the furnace. But the men who tied them up, they died because they got close to the fire and it was just that hot. Now all of a sudden, the king jumped up and asked, how many men were in the fire? Can you see that little picture? I see Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Who do you think that is? So the king sees that. He's looking into the fiery furnace. And he says, how many men are in the fire? Now let's count how many men there were. There was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So that's 1, 2, 3. But look again. How many do you see there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. There were 3 men thrown into the furnace, but the king saw 4 men walking around in the fire. Their hands were not tied anymore, and the fire was not hurting the 4 men. It wasn't hurting them at all. So the king called for them to come out of the furnace, and everyone saw that they were not hurt. Their clothes were not even burned. You know what? They didn't even smell like fire or like smoke. What do you think that King Nebuchadnezzar did then? He wasn't mad anymore. Now he was surprised, and now he decided to praise the one true God for sending an angel to protect Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And he declared that no one should speak out against the one true God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew it was wrong to worship anybody else. Only worship the one true God. We must love and worship God too. He will make us make good choices to live for Him. Let's say our heart print together. I can live for God. You say that with me? I can live for God. Great job. Okay, so you have this little book in your packet, and let's flip to the story we've been reading. This is our last week to read this, I believe. Next week we will move on to a new story, but this one is I Can Live for God. Do you see the teacher talking to her students? She's got a book, maybe she's reading to them. When I grow up, I might fly an airplane in the sky, or learn to make up recipes for cookies, cakes, or pies. I might become a teacher to help children read and write, or one day have my own boy or girl to tuck in bed at night. I'll have to wait to learn some things till I'm all grown up, but I don't have to wait for this. I can live for God today. We can all live for God today by making good choices and learning what He wants us to do and doing those things. Okay, you should have a Take and Talk in your packet. It should say at the top, Special Topic Lesson 4, and it's all about the story that we read today, that we talked about today. On the back, it says, God kept Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego safe in the fiery furnace. So I want you to circle the things on this side of the page that are hot. So let's look at this. Is the sun hot? Oh yes, when it's very, very sunny outside, whoo, it gets hot. It's been hot lately. What about an ice cream? Is that hot? No, it's cold, right? We like to eat it on sunny, hot days. What about a cup of coffee? Or maybe this is hot chocolate. Is that hot? Yes. So I would circle the sun and circle the coffee, but don't circle the ice cream cone because it is not hot. Okay, you can look at the rest of that page and circle the things that are hot. And then you have this page. It says F is for fiery furnace. So you can color this great big F and trace the letters that make those words. And down at the bottom, there is a picture of the furnace. Now, I believe in your packets, I put some red and orange flames for you to glue down inside of your furnace. But if you don't find those flames, you can draw those flames and maybe even draw Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and the angel all inside that furnace. Okay? All right, kiddos. I love you. Have a great week, and I'll see you Sunday. Bye.